Good afternoon. I'm Todd Piggott, principal of ZINC Financial, located here in Fresno, California. We're an investment rehab lender. We loan money to investors who buy distressed assets in order to fix them up, repair them to conventional standards, and resell them on the market. Today's video is a short summary of how our fund control process works here at ZINC. Today I'll be covering 4 topics. How do you submit a draw? What paperwork is required for that draw? What is acceptable proof of payment? And what is contingency allowance used for? First, you need to make sure that the budget that you submitted with your loan, that the line items are complete and accurate. Once that loan is fixed, that is your budget. It cannot be changed, with the exception of 2 rare exceptions. Number 1, we don't allow front loading. This is when you run over on a budget or a line item at the beginning of your project and you try to take from items at the rear of your budget. For instance, if you budgeted $5,000 for framing and you spent $7,000, you cannot pull $2,000 from landscape and move that to the front. That's called front loading. We don't allow that. Now, if you get into your project and you need to realign all of the line items within your budget, you can actually do a new budget. The fee for that is $100 paid to the appraiser to confirm that your new budget will align with the after repaired value. Once your line items have been fixated and permanent, that rolls to our control fund department here at ZINC. When you request a draw, you will go to our website, the borrower section at zincfinancial.com. At zincfinancial.com, under the borrower section, there is an icon called Request a Draw. You'll click on that icon and up will come all the line items associated with your budget. Once you have installed that item at the property and you have paid for that item at the property, you will go to the website, click on the icon Request a Draw, and complete the Request a Draw form for the amount of money that you spent on that line item up to the budgeted amount. So, if you spent $1,000 on framing, you can go to up to $1,000 on the line item budget. If your line item budget at loan inception was only $800 and you spent $1,200, you can only request $800 unless you pull from contingencies, which is typically 10 to 15% of your overall budget and has been held as reserves for you to accommodate any cost overruns. Once that budget request, draw request, comes through to ZINC Financial, one of 2 things will occur. If your entire budget for rehab is under $40,000, we will typically allow the borrower to complete a virtual inspection of proof of install. This is where you'll take your cell phone and do a video to evidence proof of install and submit that to our control fund department. If your budget was over $40,000, a third-party inspector will visit the site to confirm that those items were physically installed and attached to the property. They cannot be sitting in the garage, on the side yard, or held outside in a storage container. They must be physically attached and permanently installed in the structure. Once the site inspection or the virtual inspection is complete, the next process will be proof of payment. We accept front and back copies of checks, copies of invoices from the paid vendor, and or a credit card receipt or a bank statement paid receipt from one of those online portals at your bank. Cash payments are not recognized as a form of payment. Please do not submit those. It is important that you understand that the proof of payment needs to correspond accurately to the line item for which you're requesting reimbursement. So if you spent $1,000 on drywall, it's important that your video or the third-party inspector sees that the drywall is 100% installed and that your receipts show a paid invoice to a drywall vendor and proof of payment by way of front and back of a check, credit card receipt, or a bank payment portal. Those are the only forms of recognized paid receipts. Finally, contingencies. Your initial budget that you submitted with your loan should have contained a contingency allowance. This is typically 10 to 15% of the overall budget. This allows you some flexibility in cost overruns. If that water heater that you budgeted $400 and has a line item of $400, but you spent $600, you can request $400 from your line item for that budget, as well as $200 from contingency for that cost overrun. This allows you some flexibility to make sure that you are fully reimbursed for the item that you paid for associated with that line item budget. I hope that these items help you understand the control fund process better and will help alleviate any pain that you might experience. We're here to help you. We're here on your side. We want to make sure that your project is successful and profitable. If we can be of assistance, please reach out to us here at our office, 559-326-2509. Happy investing. Make it a great day.